crawled back up, used my rangefinder to get an idea, and I could see his rack sitting in the field. It looks like he's bedded down. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna try the first ever open field stalk. Wind's in my favor. He's facing the opposite direction. As long as that doe's not looking at me, I should be fine. I'm gonna use the Tacticam and the GoPro to give you a second angle, and I'm gonna leave the camera on the tripod showing my stalk in. But first I gotta get the ghost blind, so we'll see what we can do. Hold on. I gotta try to put my eyes on that doe. If I can find that doe's facing the opposite direction, I might be able to sneak right up without the ghost blind, but if she's facing any which way to this direction, I'm in trouble. Yards from him. I've got the main camera on him. I'm gonna do my best to sneak up here and see what we can do. So here's kind of the play-by-play. I was coming up, I was way up here. Originally when I first seen him, I walked all the way down here, walked all the way down here, and then I got to right about here. That's about 250 yards from where I'm at right now. About 150 yards, I took my boots off, because obviously these big lugs make some noise. So meanwhile, I'm getting soybean stalks all stuck in my feet, but I came up here, and I could see his rack right over top of this hill. It's just a little berm right here. And I was coming up through whatever, and I got right about somewhere around here, and I was trying to range him. Now everything was fine. She was facing that way. He's facing this way, but his right eye was, I mean, he was like falling asleep. And I don't know, I mean, I was just like comfortable. I was quiet. I was fine. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't like I wasn't, you know, I think I had fine. The wind is literally coming this way. It's almost coming from them to me, kind of catty corner. So I came back, and when I popped back up, she had turned from facing that way to facing this way. And if you're I mean, I wasn't too worried with the Sika gear, because like it's called elevated 2 for a reason. It resembles part of the sky, but I'm on a ground level here. It's like not much. The skyline's behind me, but I look like a dark blimp in a light. I mean, it's obvious I'm going to get pinpointed. So I was just kind of mellowed out, sitting down, whatever, and then I waited, and she turned her head finally. So she turned her head, and I ranged him at 45 on his antlers. And I took a step, moved my range down to 45 on my bow, on my sight, and I kind of popped back up at full draw. And when I did that, she saw me, she turned quick, then he turned, but they didn't do anything. I was kind of anticipating him jumping up, so I aimed, and you know, with him bedded down at an angle like this, because I'm actually above him, believe it or not, I thought it would have been perfect. My arrow went exactly where I wanted it to. I mean, even though I was on 45 and it was 42 yards, I aimed there, but he didn't come up any quicker than I thought he was going to, and that's why I shot high. I mean, I think we're gonna get him. I think it's fine. It's just like basically, it's either got a nick of liver or a nick of lung. I'll be interested to see. The main thing is, there's an artery. There's a couple of them that run right through that backside of that bone, and since I didn't hit that, you know, there's a good chance that I probably hit liver. I probably cut the tenderloins right open, which is whatever. I can have them butterflied, that's fine. But the main thing is, there's a small hole behind that diaphragm, between the paunch and the diaphragm. If I hit that small hole, he could live. I don't think that's the case. I think I have a pretty decent shot. I'm shooting the Dead Ringer Freak Nasty. They're 2.5 inch on expanded open. So when that deer was running, I could see blood coming out the side. It wasn't pouring out, so I don't think I hit that main artery, but I think I might have hit pretty decent. And if I've got anything internally that's pretty good, you know, he was slowing down when he was taking off. So all in all, I really think we're going to get this deer. It's just a matter of time. And if you know me, I don't have patience usually, but being that it's only 11 o'clock, noon, I've got all the time in the world, and I've got a lighted knock. So if I don't find him by dark, I can get high in a tree, look around for a lighted knock. The main thing right now is I don't want to push him. I don't want to go. I mean, the edge of the field right here is probably 400 yards, and he ran there fairly fine. So I'm assuming that he's going to go to get some cover, probably bed down, hopefully bleed out. We'll give it probably 4 hours or so, and we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I'm just going to try to find. I marked this spot with my arrow, stuck it in the ground, and then it must have tipped over with the wind. I mean, we've got 15-mile-an-hour winds going on right here, and so I can't find my arrow. But what I want to try to find is first blood, and so then try to mark it all the way to, without going all the way to the tree line that he last went into. I marked a tree where he went in, or where it looked like it went in. There's another berm right here, so he may have gone somewhere else. So it might be difficult finding it. There's my arrow. Maybe difficult finding it, but I think we're going to be okay. I really do. I think. I mean, look at this thing. Like, what? If we can't get him with that, even on a bad shot, that should be enough to open him up. So, and the arrow didn't do a full pass through. I'm shooting a 12 gram per inch full metal jacket, so it's really heavy with 125 grain broadhead. I don't get a lot of pass through with these. So next year I'll be switching to some different arrows, hopefully something faster, lighter. a little bit better penetration, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we get them. Stick with me. We're gonna wait this one out, see what happens. So here we go. So if you follow us on social media, you know the outcome of this story, and unfortunately we did not get that deer. We spent the entire evening, we waited probably 6 hours before we started tracking. We had really good blood at the start, but it just turned out to where we didn't find that deer. We even hired a dog to come in, help us track, and it just kept getting spotty and smaller and smaller. Later on, we went back the next day and we looked again and we could not find the deer. In January, during our post-season analysis, we found that buck back on the trail camera, alive and well, and we've got a couple pictures of him, and we compared and contrasted and made sure that that was the same buck, and we are very confident that it is, and very confident that that deer lived and he's probably alive this year. And maybe we'll get back and get another chance at him. But either way, that's hunting and that's how it goes. And you know, we had a very successful season last year. We're going to share some more of our videos, and if you want to stay tuned with us from last year and as we hunt and try to post as quick as possible this year, make sure you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Top Fin Outdoors. Until next time, happy hunting and thanks for watching.